Philip here. Welcome to 40 Watt Podcast. Today I'm going to talk about a new bass that I received today. I literally unpacked it out of the box, did a quick setup on it, and hit record on the camera. So here's what we got. Today we're taking a look at the Squier Paranormal Series Rascal HH bass. I'm super excited to get this in. Now, I paid my own money for this. Fender didn't send me anything. This isn't sponsored in any way. I was just really excited about this bass when it came out, and so I decided I wanted to buy one, and I wanted to give a quick little review, literally hands-on for less than an hour, about what I think of this bass. So I'm going to play through it just a little bit. I'm running into, the bass is going directly into my Apollo Twin X, into an Ampeg SVT simulation. No, I'm not going to do any fancy editing. You're going to get just the raw sound, so know that you can do a lot more with this bass than what I'm going to do with it. But I wanted to just give a few sounds and give a few initial impressions of it. What I like, what I don't like, the experience I had unboxing it. I'm not going to include all that. I did that over on Instagram. But just give an idea of what I think of what Squier's doing now. So, without further ado, here's some quick sounds. So we're going to start with some sounds on the neck pickup. Now, we're going to talk about the spec first, before I play. So the spec is, this is a 30-inch scale bass. So it is a shorter scale bass than a 34-inch scale bass. It's got a pretty unique bridge that I'm not sure that I've seen. Not sure I've seen that before. If somebody knows where that bridge is from, please let me know. I'm not sure of another Fender model that has it. It's got, I don't have the specs in front of me. I'm not going to go too far into it. But it's got these Squier engraved wide range humbuckers, which is really cool. They're a little thick sounding. The tuners, I was actually really impressed with these tuners. They felt solid. Y'all have played the guitars that you had tuners that felt like crap. They feel like there's sand between the gears, or you have to turn them half a turn before they start actually doing anything. These aren't bad. The nut work is okay. I pulled the strings out of the nut, loosened them up and pulled them just to see what it kind of looked like. It's not bad. It's not amazing. I think a good upgrade would be to replace the nut. So here's a quick little sample of the neck pickup. So I really enjoy that tone. It's nice and fat. It's got a little bit of a presence to it. I feel like I can do a lot with it. So we're going to switch over to the middle setting. All right, and lastly, we're going to hear a little bit from the bridge pickup. So I obviously don't play a lot of bass anymore, so I'm real rusty. But I will tell you a couple of things I like about the sounds of this bass. I haven't had a chance to really run it through effects, but I really feel like these humbuckers are going to sound really good into dirt and fuzz pedals. I'm going to do that maybe in a later video. Maybe I'll do a follow-up to this video because I don't want to make this very long. I want to give you a quick impression of what I think of this instrument. I think my favorite position is the bridge position. I'm really hesitant to play bass lines I actually know because I don't want any weird copyright strikes or video get taken down or anything like that. So I'm trying to think of things to play that aren't like actual songs, and that's causing problems. Now, I do really like that tone. I also I like the neck pickup, but I feel like it also might get a little muddy at volume, so I'm a little worried about that. I haven't turned it up super loud. I have plugged it into my little Ampeg micro VR with 210 cab, and it sounds good, but I'm also not at gig volume, so I won't know until I gig it what it really sounds like at that volume. So, let's talk about the things I like and don't like about this bass. I think it looks amazing. This is one of the best looking basses I have ever seen, and it's a Squier that's available for $450 brand new right now. Matching headstock. I really like that they didn't go with the standard Fender headstock with this. They went with what I think is the Coronado headstock. Don't quote me on that. Somebody's going to tell me I'm wrong. Knurled knobs. Pretty used to that. The three-way switch isn't amazing, but it doesn't feel junky. I don't feel like I need to immediately change it. The pickups sound good. I think they look super cool, and looks are important. I think the matching headstock is a nice touch they added to this bass. It gives it a bit of a classy feel to it. I think that the logo looks really good on a matching headstock. I think it makes it pop a little more, and it looks really, really cool. I think this would look really great on stage. Now let's talk about a couple of the cons, because these are the pros. I think it looks great. I think it plays great. I did have to lower the saddles just a little bit because the radius was just not right. It's still not quite where I want it, but I'll do that. I do all of that by feel and not by measurements, so I'll get it dialed in over the next couple of days. I think the fretboard looks really good. I'm assuming this is Laurel because I don't think they put rosewood on anything anymore unless it's like a special run. It's a really dark Laurel if it is Laurel. It looks like rosewood. It looks great. I like the mint guard. I think that looks great. Issues. One of my major issues, it's not a major issue. I should stop. I don't have any major issues with this bass. Period. But an issue, if you're a pickup swapper, there's not a lot of options for wide range bass humbuckers. I have not checked to see if there are any in the new Fender series of Kunafe pickups that they put out, but there may be a couple available there. Otherwise, you might be stuck with what's in this bass. You may not be able to find good replacements. Having said that, so far, I don't feel the need to replace these pickups. We'll see how I feel about it, a month, 6 months, a year down the road playing with this bass. Now, my only real gripe. This neck has a very thick gloss on it for me. It feels a little sticky. I feel like if I'm going to play this live, I'm going to have to take a Scotch Brite pad to it to rough it up a little bit, to make it feel a little smoother, to make it feel a little more matte. But that is a minor gripe, and that's a me thing. If those kinds of things don't bother you, they're not going to bother you about this base. It is a little on the heavier side. I'd put this, it's probably in the 9-pound range. I don't have a good accurate scale. I need to get one. That's on my Amazon list. So it is a little heavy. So that's another thing that might be a thing for you, but it's also bass. If you're a bassist, you've probably gotten used to these being a little heavy. Get a good strap. I like to use the big 3-inch padded Levi's straps. I think they're really, really comfortable, especially with the gigs that I've played and still occasionally play where it's, got 4 45 to 50 minute sets in a night where you're playing for 4 hours basically. This can start to hurt around that 4th set. So that's my issue. It's not a big one. It comes shipped with D'Addario strings already on it, so I am probably going to give a shot to some flat wounds on this, though. I want to hear what they sound like. I'm not sure if I'm going to go straight to shelling out the money for Labella Deep Talking flats, which is what I use on my P bass, but I think I am going to give flats a try on this. Otherwise, I think this is one of the best deals in bass guitars you're going to find. I think Squier's knocking it out of the park. I've got a classic vibe jazz bass that I love, that I paid $250 for, shipped to my door from Fender, brand new, when they were clearing them out in December of last year. So I think it's worth a try. If you can find one to check out in the store, check it out. If not, order with confidence, but order from a retailer will take care of you if it arrives in a problematic state. I've already talked to a couple of people. One person said he had to readjust the neck. He had to loosen the bolts and readjust the neck to get it straight. Another person had some shipping damage. That was no fault of Squier or Fender. But otherwise, I think you're going to get a great bass for a great dollar value that's pretty versatile, pretty interesting. It's not going to be your typical P bass, J bass kind of thing. Yeah. So yeah, what do you think? Have you got one? You got another bass you like? What do you think of the Paranormal series? Leave some comments down below. Let me know what you think. Remember to hit the subscribe button, hit the bell icon to get notifications when I put videos out. I'm going to start trying to do more of these a little more often. In the meantime, until I see you again, be good to yourselves, be kind to each other, and make some noise.